Good evening, everybody. I am the Cynic. This video is going to be a response video to masculine epics, Neo-masculinity, Schisms, and the future. Yes, this is only part of this video. Links in the links below if you want to see the full video. Apparently, he has some very interesting views on MGTOW. Let's get to it, shall we?
MGTOWs have no unique selling proposition.
No unique selling propositions? Really? Seriously? MGTOW promotes abstaining from marriage, choosing freedom and peace over false promises of love and fulfillment, keeping your finances, not being duped into raising children that aren't yours, disregarding gender roles that don't favor men, and keeping stress to a minimum and walking away from this unchanging and openly hostile society for men. You don't think these are selling points that openly appeal to most men? Seriously? Or are you being literal in that nobody pays for our content?
I said this on my last video that they don't have a unique selling proposition. Their unique selling proposition seemed to be, to me, to avoid women, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
So what you're saying is that you don't know our selling points because you have no idea what MGTOW really is. I'm sure you've seen a few videos from people like Sandman or Spetsnaz or someone like that, but if you want a quick lesson, MGTOW is basically the avoidance of marriage and basically not catering to gynocentrism. Where you're getting this whole voluntary celibate, avoid women like the plague thing, I'm not really sure. But let's continue.
And they also abandoned masculinity, revealing a blue pill social constructivist way of thinking.
Oh fuck, I am way too sober to be listening to this.
They deny the true nature of the sexes.
Deny the true nature of the sexes, huh? Even though the majority of our videos are about women's nature, hypergamy, parabon versus tournament procreation, the manipulation of men, child rearing, cuckoldry, and in-group preference, state-sanctioned marriage and divorce, child custody, favoritism, female psychology, male psychology, the history of female and male relations, and so on and so forth. And you're going to sit there and proclaim with a straight face that we as MGTOW do not recognize human... Oh my god. Yeah, definitely still too sober to be listening to this.
These guys think that somehow you can still live as a good man, and you can, but they say, Sandman said...
Sandman, the god of MGTOW, everybody. Get the fuck out of here. This is my video. Anyways, you can obviously tell our friend here doesn't really like to elaborate on what he's talking about. He prefers to jump from point to point and set up his views based on a single individual and decides to use that as the intellectual compass of all that is MGTOW.
Sandman said that a man needs the love of a woman like a fish needs a hook, and that quote is obviously inspired by and reminiscent of another famous quote in feminism by another famous feminist, which you probably all know what it is.
Yes, mocking feminism by turning their own diatribe against them. I find it kind of funny. I'm not sure what you're getting at with that, but please continue.
And to say that men do not attain fulfillment and enjoyment from the company of beautiful and feminine women is just simply a denial of the true nature of men.
Who said anything about MGTOW not enjoying being around a beautiful woman? Now, as far as gaining fulfillment, we find fulfillment within our own lives and within our hobbies and our accomplishments, as well as our thinking and our conclusions that we reach and the questions we ask ourselves. I'm not sure how one can find fulfillment in the simply with the company of a beautiful woman. That I don't know what to say to that. That's just wow. That's just wow.
So they seek to also abandon man's role as a leader and builder of civilization, as you could see in that picture from a few slides back.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. If they don't give a fuck about us, why should we give a fuck about them?
As you could see in that picture from a few slides back, that they seem to believe, based on some of the comments that I've seen, I've put one on my blog, that if men can drop out, then civilization will somehow change because women will realize what kind of a system they've built. I think that's a laughable assumption, because men are the primary changers of civilization. And to think that women are somehow going to fix this when they supposedly realize what they've done is, in my mind, erroneous.
Oh, Libertas, you're killing me with this sobriety thing. You claim that it's men who are the builders and the maintainers of society, yes? Well, the change comes when men are the ones who walk away. Change comes when the men are the ones who abandon the system. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? It's the women who will be changing for us. Not that that's what MGTOW is about. I mean, MGTOW is about direct change for the self and indirect change for everyone else, and you're not even listening to me, are you? Probably not.
So, what are some predictions based on the philosophical underpinnings of some of these groups? Neo-masculinity will be more stable than MGTOW and will survive.
Oh please, one of your fundamental tenets is to place spirituality over evolution. But I'm not gonna harp on that. I'm just gonna let you put your foot in your mouth for this next point.
Men's rights activists will still be around based on their devotion to social change. Divorces and family courts are still going to be fucking over men some time from now as they do now. It's going to be exactly the same.
So let me get this straight. You think that MGTOW will die off, even though divorce, the primary motivator and the primary creator of MGTOW, will still be around? Okay, yeah, I think I have officially hit the necessary amount of drunkenness to enjoy this video.
MGTOW, while currently growing, will flatline. Why?
Oh, you guys are gonna love this.
Why MGTOW will flatline? The society that caused the rise of MGTOW will likely remain this way, at least in the near term. However,
alright everybody, here it comes.
It is fundamentally a negation, hence no unique selling proposition. No unique selling proposition. No unique selling proposition. No unique selling proposition. No unique selling proposition.
Alright, so I'm guessing that it might be fair to say that it's not unique for men to advocate to other men that life should be more about relaxing, enjoying your funds, keeping what's yours, and overall having as little stress as humanly possible. However, I think it is an appeal that will be vastly appreciated.
You see, avoiding women was somewhat unique, but now that it seems to not be that you could still have sex with women and all that, and somehow still not desire a relationship or anything like that, is, in my mind, going to eventually lead to neo-masculinity, and the guys that stay in MGTOW will probably not have any contact with women at all. And they will have no future, because it being a negation, it attracts lesser quality people than neo-masculinity.
Oh, I do love when a video is based on a false premise. But one other thing you said that really caught my attention, you say that MGTOW will attract less quality people. You think neo-masculinity is absolved from that in some way, shape, or form?
The vast majorities of MGTOWs will likely never reproduce, at least so long as they subscribe to the underlying ideas behind the simplifier of MGTOW. And if they do reproduce, they probably won't be MGTOWs anymore. And if a movement does not reproduce, how can it have a future?
Oh yeah, totally, because, you know, my dad, he was a MGTOW. I mean, by your logic, I wouldn't be here, but, it's not society that breeds the MGTOW. No. It's other MGTOW who have children, even though none of us had dads who were MGTOW, most likely. Yeah, you really didn't think that out too much, did you? Anyway, I'm going to stop here. There is 100 other points in this video that I could go over, but I've had a little too much alcohol. I didn't bother writing up a script. This is... I'm sorry, guys. I am the Cynic, everybody. Have a nice day.